So if there's one question that I get a lot of the time, people normally ask me, Rolio, do you think that a person can live with Forex full time, or do you think I can quit my job and just make it through Forex trading? And the simple answer to that is yes, you can make money or you can make a living through Forex trading, but it depends on what your current debt is allocated at, right? Now, before we continue, I just want to say this is not financial advice. It shouldn't be taken as financial advice. This is merely me giving you my opinion based on my own experience and what I've encountered, what I've been through, right? Now, there's a couple of things that you have now that you didn't have back then when I had to make these decisions in life. Like, for instance, a prop firm, and we're going to use equity as an example in today's life and why it is a lot easier to achieve these figures, right? Now, back in the days when you were in my shoes, you would need to basically say that, okay, I've got 10,000 Rand worth of debt. I needed to deposit 100,000 to make a 10%. And then I could get that 10,000 Rand to basically service the debt. But where do I get 100,000? Nowhere. I don't know where to get 100,000, number one. And what are the chances of me hitting 10% per month? So the risk was a lot higher compared to the way we have it today. But in today's life, if you look at a company like Equity Edge that offers funded accounts, they've got a new flagship account that has one phase that goes up to 200K, right? But let's assume you've bought a purchase, or you purchased a Equity Edge funded account, which you can get 35% off using the link in the comment section below. At checkout, use RolioJ to grab 35% off your purchase, right? Now, let's say you go and you purchase your first Equity Edge account for 25K. Now, if we take 25,000 US dollars and we put that in rands, that already gives you the upper hand, because that is about 433,000. So you already don't need to worry about that, because if you purchase a 25K account, it will cost you a lot less than what it would have costed you if brokers or if prop firms did not exist. Now, the reason why this makes it a lot easier now is that, firstly, you don't need a large capital in order to get the funds that you need. Now, secondly, in this case, you wouldn't need to hit a 10%. You would need to hit 0.5%, which would divide into four. You'll probably get about you'll get 100K, but that's provided that all of these things they work out, right? Now, it's important to keep in mind that you obviously need a strategy. Firstly, a plan, a trading plan that works. But if people normally ask me, do you think I can leave my job and trade full time? The simple answer to that is yes, you can, but it depends on two factors. Do you have the funds allocated available? Do you have leverage? Do you have funds available for the next 6-7 months to be able to service your debt? Because the one thing you don't want is to be able to trade under pressure, where you go, oh my God, you know what? Where you go, I have to make the money, because if I don't make the money, then I might lose my house, or might lose my job, or whatever the case is, right? So, and the second thing is that you need the knowledge in order to make that trading decision. And this is why I say prop firms like Equity Edge comes out and they offer these funded accounts, which basically now makes you reduce that entire target, as opposed to having to achieve these having to fund an account with 100K to only make 10K from it. You now basically pay $170 and you have access to 433,000, provided that you understand how to speculate and trade in the market. Now, this does two things. This firstly reduces the risk, because you're not risking 100,000 Rand in the market. And number two, you can still keep your job and see if you can maintain a consistent withdrawals or profits over a period of time. Now, it's very important to keep in mind that I think the best thing any person can do who wants to, who's deciding about whether or not they should quit their job or keep trading, is you can also sell courses or signals, because that seems to be working out very well for a lot of people. That seems to be working out very good for a lot of people. But that is obviously not the route that I would suggest anybody take, and I would rather advise people to, learn the methods, understand how it works, And when you're ready, head over to Equity Heads, use the pin comment, the pin link in the comment section to get a 35% off, and kind of educate or gauge yourself through whether or not this is something that you would be able to start off with a small account, 2.5k, 5k, and then obviously as you start getting better, you increase the account with the profits that you make. And then after that, what you do is now you start using the funds to pay off your debt, because that's the one thing you want to do, is you want to reduce that debt as far as below the point as you can go before you actually make the decision to say that, okay, now I've got less debt, now I'm able to cover my debt's maybe not 10,000 anymore, my debt is now 3,000, 4,000, and now I can just make sure that I have to achieve those numbers moving forward. But I have to answer the question for you straight, grab the bull by the horn, I would say do not quit your job if you have debt. Number one, if you are not a profitable trader, and if you do decide to go into trading full time, I would suggest that you have little to zero debt, because why? Forex trading is a very, very harsh game, and things can always get difficult, and it doesn't get easier just because the market doesn't feel anything for you in that regard. So if you ever thought about quitting your job, those are the things that you need to consider. Your debt, reduce it. The best way to do it is use an account, a prop firm account like Equity Heads, and like I said, if you are considering it, you can get 35% off your first purchase simply by using the link in the comment section below, and you can start trading from there. Take a 5k, then purchase a 10k, then a 25k, but do not quit your job because you think that. No, the best thing to do is service that debt, pay off that debt, so that you have less stress upon yourself. Guys, let me know your thoughts if you've ever, if you quit your job, if you have quit your job trading full time, or if you're thinking about it. I would really like to know what you guys think. Thank you for your time, and as always, cheers for years.